Hello everyone, my name is Mason Bay and I am a newly appointed cadet candidate for the United States Military Academy. I was appointed actually about a week ago, and I just wanted to share my experience with the application for the Academy and some tips and tricks that I learned along the way. So a little bit you should know about me. I'm from Mississippi and I come from a military family, and got interested in West Point about a little over a year ago. I first heard about the Academy through a friend of mine, and there were a bunch of pamphlets on this table for people to look at, and we were just happening to stand by, and my friend told me, hey, I think you would be really great for the Academy. And I was like, what Academy? And he was like, West Point. So I didn't really ever consider it before. I started doing research. I went up on YouTube, watched a bunch of videos about it. There weren't a lot of videos. That is why I'm making this video today, because I think that there needs to be more information out there. Of course, I do not know everything that goes into admissions. I'm just sharing my experience and some things I learned, just relaying it to you, so maybe you could have another point of view that will help you along your way to becoming a cadet. Moving on, I talked to another friend of mine, and I knew she was interested in the Naval Academy. I asked her who she knew and what she knows about the Academy. She was very helpful, and she gave me a few points of contact. So I reached out to the Field Force representative in my area. He asked me a few questions. It was like an on-spot interview. He said he'd be visiting my school to meet with me and some other potential candidates. I then found out that the candidate questionnaire had just opened, so I quickly did that. I found out something about SLE, Summer Leaders Experience. About mid-February, I found out that I got into SLE. I went to an academy day, and I got to meet actual cadets, regional commanders for admissions. It was a great opportunity for me to meet a lot of people that are with the Academy. Even though it wasn't even in my congressional district, it was still great. So I would always suggest to go to as many Academy days and other admissions events as you can, because that'll really get your foot in the door. They are going to vouch for you. Admissions will say, they look at, your whole candidate score, and that's determined on 60% academics, 10% athletics, including your CFA, which I'll get into later, and then your 30% is leadership and extracurriculars. But another thing they look at is grit. So if you've got a lot of grit and you're willing to put yourself forward, emailing all those people, Field Force representatives, your nomination sources like your members of Congress. If you reach out to everyone you can, and you maintain contact with these people, your name is going to be mentioned more in those offices, and it'll help you with that admissions part. So don't bug them. They don't like to be bugged. So if you don't have anything to ask, or if you don't have like any major important things, don't bug them and email them out of the blue. But make sure that if you do have questions, get those questions answered. Don't be in the dark. If you have any questions, reach out to them. They are there for a reason. Another thing, you're going to, if this is your junior year, spring of your junior year, you're going to have to apply to Boys State or Girls State. Girls State and Boys State are very crucial to your whole candidate score. It's really big on your leadership that you go there. Even if you don't run for a major office like governor, it doesn't matter. It just matters that you go. So I would suggest you run for a big office, but if you don't worry about it, because all it matters is that you go. They might have a college day there, and if they do have a college day, they might have service academies there. Make sure you're at that booth. Go to other booths. Please do that. Go to other booths, because there's a chance that you might not get into the academy, and you want to make sure that those other backup plans are secured, especially like ROTC. I always suggest for other candidates to apply for ROTC. I applied to the Army ROTC 4-year scholarship, and I won it. So anyways, you go to Boise State, SLE. If you can't go to both, don't worry about it. SLE is more of like a recruiting thing more than anything else. So I would strongly suggest you go to Boise State or Girls State first over SLE. I was lucky. I was able to get SLE 2 their second week, and Boise State, and I was able to do 2 other summer programs, which really helped my application. So try to pack your summer if you can afford it. I mean, if you can't, there are so many other opportunities out there, getting a summer job or volunteering for an organization. Make sure that your transcripts are sent in to West Point over that summer. Make sure that your ACT score or SAT scores are sent in, because that's how they get a general idea who you are, and they need those 6 semesters. All right, and then so in August, early August or mid-August, it opened up mid-August. Your second kit will come in if you meet some of their requirements. If you're an A and B student, or and like you have at least a 23, I would say, on the ACT, you're qualified. But they're really looking for cadet candidates, for that matter, with a 29 or above, or 3.5 GPA or above. Some schools do it different. I always was told that a GPA really doesn't matters as much as your class rank does. So if you're a first year class and you have a 3.9 GPA, that's going to look really good, because you're able to do better than anyone else in your school, and your school was more rigorous than other high schools. Some high schools allow you to get 5.0 GPA really easily, and you might be 20th in your class. So it's a big difference. So make sure that you're high up on that class rank. Study. Make sure that you're taking the right classes. AP classes are very important. They really look for AP Physics, AP Calculus, any AP classes, but I'm pretty sure AP Physics and AP Calculus are 2 big ones that you want to get in. If you don't have any AP classes or IB classes or any advanced classes, don't worry about it. Just make sure that you're taking whatever the best class you can take. So yeah, make sure that your admissions officers know that you can't have those advanced classes, because there aren't any available at your school. So whenever you get your second kit, do it fast, do it early. I was having a problem with my kit where it wasn't sending emails to my counselor or any of my SOE, so school official evaluation, any of those teachers, and they were able to fix it. But if you can get it done in the first week of August, or the first week you get it, that's good. So you might be wondering, okay, well, you have to write essays, right? So that's going to take over a week. Well, yes, that's true, but you should already have written your nomination essays. And make sure that you do that. You go to your nomination sources websites, and you go ahead and apply for your nominations. I was told to wait on nomination applications until later, because that way I could get more things done. I don't really know how it is, but some people start in April of their junior year. Other people, like me, I waited until late September or September, because I was told to, but I had already written my essays, because I know the vice president asks, why do you want to go to the academy? And you have to know that answer. You need to know that answer in January of your junior year. why do you want to go to the academy? That is the number one question for incoming candidates. For me, I wanted to be a part of a team greater than myself, be a second lieutenant in the Army. I wanted to serve my country. There were some other personal reasons why I wanted to join the military and go to the academy specifically. So find that answer. So on the candidate statements, they'll say, what is the importance of diversity to you? I know that was a topic for one of my candidate statements. Moving on to the other candidate statement, that was about your challenges. So if you have had any challenge within your high school career or life, I would definitely put that out there. Don't get afraid to be personal about it, because challenges are personal. Another thing that I kind of forgot to mention was the candidate fitness assessment. So if you go to SLE, you'll take it there. And the candidate fitness assessment is basically just a physical test to see if you're capable of doing some of the things that you're going to have to do at West Point. You're not going to be throwing basketballs at West Point, but you will be doing other things that involve coordination and athletic ability. Your events are, the basketball throw, pull-ups, the shuttle run, sit-ups, push-ups, and the mile run. I would say it's not that hard of a test. Some people like passed out and threw up and stuff. It's all about what you eat in the mornings. Have the endurance to go through it. I'm a cross-country runner, so most of the things that I did were kind of easy. When I took it at SLE, I failed it, and I failed the pull-ups. Was not doing them up to standard. They have a standard, and you have to meet that standard. I'm able to do more pull-ups now, better form. I started my junior spring off by doing 0, and then now I can do about, maybe 9. I'm gonna work on that more. Make sure that you show up to the academy able to do a lot of pull-ups, run. You want to show up fit, because the CFA might be easy, but when you get to West Point, they're gonna push you, and they want to know that you can do it. So don't slack off after you take the CFA and pass. You're gonna have to take a similar test if you apply for ROTC called the PFA. I know for Army, you have to do push-ups in a minute, sit-ups in a minute, and then a mile run. It's really easy. Work on all those events. Do it like in order, because the more times you take it, the better you're likely to succeed. And work on pull-ups by doing pull-up negatives, pull-ups with a assisted band, basketball throw. There's some tips and stuff I will link down below. There's a video and then a Service Academy forum thread about how to do the basketball throw. The shuttle run, practice it. It's not that hard. It's 40 yards total, 30 feet, back and forth twice. You just gotta get better at your turning around and going back. And your sit-ups, do more sit-ups. Push-ups, do more push-ups. Make sure that you're going 90 degrees rather than 120, because literally they will measure it depending on how you film it, or if you take it there, they will look very close. In the mile run more, and get used to running around track 4 times. Get in about 15 miles a week if you can. So don't worry about that, the CFA, just get it done. I worried about a lot about it. It was pretty much to make or break for my application. I went to another academy day in August, and they were like, "You're looking really good, except that CFA that you took in June at SLE." And I'm like, "Yes, sir. I'll get it done." So get those done. Get it done early. Get your application done early. That way, whenever it's done, you can start on your DODMERB. DODMERB is pretty easy. You go in for all those appointments, and you'll get your hearing tested. It's like another physical you have to do, and you go to get your eyes checked, and then you'll have to wait a few weeks to hear back from them, and they'll tell you if you're qualified, remedial, or not qualified. I was placed in remedial, and I was really freaked out about it. I was like, what is wrong with me? I thought I was perfectly healthy. Turns out I am healthy. They just made a mistake. When taking my pulse, they recorded it way too high, and so I had to go back in and get it taken again, and I was completely fine. So there were a lot of hoops to jump through. Concord and DODMERB. It's mainly Concord. It was tough handling with them. One lady hung up on me for no reason. I was asking like, hey, why did this happen? And then she just hung up on me, and I was just like, what's going on? But I got it fixed, worked out and everything. I hope that all of this information I've provided you is helpful. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments below. I might do another video more specific to your questions. This was just a general overview of my whole entire application. After I finished my DODMERB, I received a letter of assurance, which was given to me in October, I believe, and then I just waited. February 6th, I believe, I received my appointment. I received this bad boy in the mail. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and have a good day, and good luck to you on your application to West Point. I'm rooting for you.